Welcome back to Builds Not Projects. This week's video back on the trike. We're going to be going through and building some spring mounts to hold the exhaust together like it's supposed to be, since most of these got cut off while I was rearranging pipes. So I'm going to use some just fencing staples, going to grind them down a little bit, and then just use the original springs, get those things welded on there, and that way we've got the exhaust all mounted on there, and then we'll go from there.
A little behind the scenes update for you guys. I just got a new camera, so hopefully all my video will start to look a little bit nicer. Before I was just using an iPhone 11, which actually ends up looking pretty good, but I upgraded to a Panasonic GH5 and got better audio as well. So hopefully all my next videos will be looking even better than before. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. It's greatly appreciated.
The exhaust's all mounted up. We've got all the springs attached there, so they're nice and solid now. They can't slide back off. We're gonna go ahead and go outside and rip some of the wiring and stuff, little miscellaneous bits that we need off of the snowmobile that we pulled this motor out of. So I was going to pull some of the wiring out of here, like this connector and some of these other ones, but I don't really need them for anything on the trike, because basically this one just runs to the coil packs for the kill switch, so I can just run another wire for that. And then the main connector to the engine is just grounds and power wires coming back out, so I can just do whatever I want there. The thing I really needed off of this would be the voltage regulator that mounts over here on the kind of on by your foot, but there's no real need for that because I think I have another one. So I'm gonna go dig through some stuff, see if I have another one off of another snowmobile that I could use. After digging through some of my spare snowmobile stuff, found a whole nother harness. I believe this came off of a 700 Polaris, but same connectors, same voltage regulator. That'll work instead of ripping the harness out of the other one. This one's already off, so I'll be able to chop it up and use it as I please for this thing. Yep, wiring complete. Looks good to me. Well, so we got our makeshift water bottle gas tank on there and enough wiring stuff plugged in to where it should run. So we're gonna go ahead and see if it'll fire up before we keep building the rest of it. Round two, had a loose spark plug, so I figured I better tighten it up because that cylinder wasn't firing, so we'll try it again. Alright, so we're going to be chopping up some of this tunnel. Just going to sawzall some off of it before it gets dark. That way we can use it to build the gas tank with. so we got some brakes. So we got these rotors and the front calipers and stuff off of eBay because we may have used all of those on the Odyssey build. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. There will be a link up above. So we're going to go ahead and get these front brakes put on and get the brake lever and stuff put back on. That way all of that stuff's kind of on there and I can kind of see what we've got for room up here for other things. So we'll get that done. We didn't show you the unboxing, but there's the boxes that came in if you're interested. Probably should have thought of this, but the brake reservoir kind of hits the fork tube there because we flopped these mounts around, moved this one from this side over to here to get the handlebars closer to the seat, but it doesn't work for brakes, and that also means the rear brake one is not going to work like we had thought. So probably going to have to flip them back around and just have the handlebars be a little further out than we wanted them to be, but is what it is. Should still be sendable.
So we were originally going to work on the harness today, but we got it running and that was good enough, and we kind of got sidetracked and ended up just working on the front brakes, which is taking a lot longer than we thought because it turned out to be really complicated.
We're looking at this, thinking about swapping these around and how terrible it was going to be because the bars were going to be too far away, so you wouldn't be able to reach the brakes anyways. So we Dev came up with an idea to put the brakes on the outside of the handlebars on the other side, so use this one for rear brakes instead of fronts and then put the one for the rears on the other side. You still got plenty of lever action to be able to grab brakes. It's going to be a little bit janky, but should do the trick. In an effort to save as much space on the bars as possible, I went through and ground off all the mounting points for the original choke lever stuff because the choke is mounted in the back, which I also got a new choke lever on that because it showed up in the mail after I broke the other one, so that's good to go again. But all of this stuff didn't need to be up here anymore, so it's all gone. This is where the rear brake master is going to go. I know it's a little backwards than what you would normally do. You'd normally have front brakes on this side, but figured we might want to use front brakes while we're throttling, so we put it on the other side for a little easier use. I just need to get a couple of pipe thread fittings for that to convert it to a line fitting, and then gonna run the soft line through the handlebar on this side just like the other one. So I'll just use a couple brass ones to get through there, and then run solid line down, and then just solid line the rest of the way back. That way we've got the flex we need there. So we'll be getting that done in the next couple days, but I think that's all we got time for this week's video. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button if you already haven't. Leave comments down below about what you think of this thing, also about the new camera equipment, and give us any ideas for future builds.